Hello guys, this is Mr. The Beat and I'm coming with a gameplay of NBA 2K12. As you see, the scoring champions of Kevin Durant going against Kobe Bryant, who is point 0.1 away from him. And here I have a special guest to talk with me today about the NBA. Muffins. Say what's up, Muffins.
As it should be.
Exactly. All right. So today we're going to be talking about a couple things, but first we're going to start off with what has just broken out today. Otis Smith and Stan Van Gundy have been released from their duties with the Orlando Magic. And for better or for worse, how do you think this is going to affect the team going through the years here?
Probably better considering chemistry makes a team. I mean, you really can't have people arguing all the time on a team.
That's how I feel. Stan Van Gundy and Dwight Howard were always arguing about what to play, and you even saw them during the season when Dwight and Jameer Nelson were away from the whole team during the huddle. And you can just tell the chemistry there is just not as well as it should be. And frankly, you got Patrick Ewing, a all-star player from the NBA. He's an experienced big man, and whenever you have a star big man and you have a coach who was a star big man himself, you think that would help their team, right? What if they move them up? Do you think that'd be a good idea to move Patrick Ewing into the head coach position?
I don't even really know because it's not all about the coaches. You have team chemistry too.
This is
I want to
true.
look.
And would you think that with Otis Smith moving out, all the moves that he made through the franchise, they haven't really planned out as he had hoped. Do you think with a new GM that'll change things?
Probably gonna be some roster changes in there. Then you have to rebuild the chemistry between them because Dwight Howard's gonna have to come back from his back injuries, so he's got to get back in shape.
Which is another thing. After this is all planned out, the turmoil going down through the franchise, do you think that they'll end up even Dwight Howard showing up after next year or maybe getting traded with a new GM?
Oh, they'll probably look for who they can get. Ultimately, I can see him staying for a while. He won't be traded at the beginning of the season. Maybe
I,
by
I
trade
also
deadline.
I'd also have to agree with you, considering whenever he said all through the year, "Oh yeah, I want to stay," and then change his mind and say, "Yes, I want to leave now," and it was just back and forth. And I feel like he's just so attached to that city that he doesn't want to leave, but he knows that things aren't going well, and that's where I think problems will occur. And I guess depending on what they bring in, that could either change how he feels or maybe send him away. So. Um, What is next? What are we talking about? The Heat and Pacers. And what I want to talk about in that is, frankly, LeBron James and all of the criticism he has been getting lately. And do you think that criticism is well deserved?
Well, like I said before, I like basketball as a team sport. It does carry the team a lot. It, although Dwayne Wade, both of them are pretty much the stars. Haslam had a good night. I give it credit to him a little bit, but without the Bostridge, that series is going 7.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking too. At this moment, if Pacers would have won that game on Sunday, I would have had to say yes, the Pacers were definitely going on to defeat the Heat. But LeBron and D Wade definitely came to play, and especially with the help from Haslam, with not having Chris Bosh to go through, and that's what I think the Pacers really did wrong is they didn't play Roy Hibbert as much as they should have. He has such an advantage down there between Udonis Haslam and Joel Anthony. I feel like he could really dominate the post, and hopefully they'll make those changes, and they hopefully they go through Roy Hibbert some more. They realize what they can do down there, and I feel like the criticism that LeBron gets is not as well as it's not as well deserved as what it should be. I mean, you look back at the game, D Wade went 2 of 13 earlier this week, 5 points, and everyone criticizes LeBron for going 1 of 3 on the free throws at the very end of the game. And the only reason they were in it to begin with was LeBron. He was carrying his team along with some thankful help from Mario Chalmers, who usually does not step up like he did, but he realized that he needed to. And LeBron just is not a perfect free throw shooter if you go down through the years. He's a 75%. And you'd imagine, they have to go through their star player because you look at that whole entire team's percentage. One of the highest percentage on there is Mario Chalmers at 78. So you're looking at every 3 out of 4 free throws are going in to begin with. And why not trust your star player? And sometimes star players can't come up and make those big shots. And I feel like that he doesn't deserve all the criticism he gets because he helped them so much. But then again, I think the guy can make the craziest no look behind the head, throwing over without even looking at the basket, hand in his face, fading away, the craziest shots whenever he needs it the most. And then he goes to the free throw line, which is feet in front of the 3-point line, the shot that he said that he's been working on all of his season because he didn't want to take 3-point shots. No one guarding him, and he can't make it. It just really boggles my mind. So, who do you have coming out of that? Who do you have coming out of that series?
Probably the Heat, but like I said, 7-game series. I mean, and you really can't blame LeBron for missing those free throws because if he's putting up like 30 a night, I mean, really can't argue with that if he misses 2 shots, even though they would be game-winning shots, but he's already done most of his job on the team. Unless you really want to get him just to carry, and then he could probably put up 40 a night if you only pass the ball to him.
And that's exactly what I think. And I think Tim Legler said it the best. He said it earlier this morning on Mike and Mike in the Morning. He said, if LeBron and Dwayne Wade are putting up 40 and 30, a combined 70 points every night, of course, the Heat are going to win every single game they play. But the fact of the matter is that's asking so much out of 2 players, especially whenever you're the player who you gave up so much for, that third leg on your team, you gave so much talent up for. He's not even playing anymore. So now you're looking at a very, very slim team.
Yeah, I mean, their post game is definitely slimmed down a bit, but if you got Haslam, if he puts up points and stuff like he did in the fourth quarter of the game, they should be pretty fine.
I agree. Haslam keeps continuing to step up from that role that he knows that he needs to come to. He's realized it, and I think that they could come out on top a lot easier, and I think they could get to the finals pretty easily too, especially from that other series coming on from the other side of the East, the Celtics and Sixers. We won't go into much detail about that, but who do you have coming out of that series?
Celtics, I just think the way they're playing a little more stronger. They got veterans on that team. They know how the playoffs are done.
And that's how I feel like that's going to be the difference in the series. The 76ers aren't as experienced throughout these couple of years past. And I feel like the Celtics, knowing their position, knowing what they need to do to win, they'll be able to come out, even though they're beaten to death with injuries. But well, we're going to move on to the West and just about what the game you guys are watching right now. It is the Lakers and Thunder. Now, tonight they are playing Game 5. Hopefully I get this uploaded by tonight. So we're just going to say that this is tonight on Monday night. The Lakers and Thunder. I feel like the Thunder are not only going to come out on top, but come out easily. That Oklahoma City crowd is absolutely fierce. It's like a college atmosphere. The team is so young, and I feel like those older legs from the Lakers are just going to be worn out. What are your thoughts on the series?
Probably one of my favorite stadiums in the game. They got so much energy in there. And besides, there's so much controversy going with the Lakers locker room right now. You got Kobe missing a bunch of shots, but he's blaming things on Pau Gasol and stuff, and it ain't looking pretty.
That's how I feel. I feel like this is more of a karma kind of thing coming from the Thunder, especially or the Lakers, pardon, and especially with what Meta did, with James Harden, and then whenever he was asked if he's going to apologize, and he says he doesn't come to apologize to backup players, and I feel like the Thunder are really using that kind of stuff as motivation to just put the nails in the coffin on the Lakers, and I feel like they're going to finish it tonight. Do you feel the same?
Yeah.
All right, and then we're just going to talk about quick the Spurs sweeping the Clippers, 18 straight wins. If it does happen to come to the Western Conference Finals of the Spurs Thunder, who do you think will come out on top?
Ooh, that close one.
Personally,
really
before you put in your input, I'll just say real quick, this is what I think. Thunder, it depends, because the Thunder live and die by the jump shot. If they can't make jump shots, it's pretty much over, because the defense inside the paint for the Spurs, their bench is so stacked, they can bring in any big man, and they can just defend the crap out of them. And then I feel like it's either going to be the Thunder's immaturity that loses them, or the Spurs being too old that loses it for them.
Could go both ways, you know. They
I
both
feel
got pretty solid teams overall.
I
You know,
completely
Spurs
agree
being
with
more
you.
veterans, but with that
Exactly.
young ambition Thunder bring, it could. I mean, KD's knocking down some clutch shots. I think that's gonna be a pretty close series.
I feel the same exact way. And so, conference finals, we got Spurs, Thunder. We both agree, and then we have. I'd say the Heat are going to end up coming up over the Pacers and Celtics. So, who do you got in the finals, and who do you have winning?
Probably Heat in the Heat and Celtics series, because I think LeBron and Wade are gonna carry there. But and then want to say Thunder, but I think overall it's going to be the Spurs. I mean, they have two sweeps in a row. You can't argue.
I agree, and then I'd probably say same exact thing for both of those series. LeBron and Wade are definitely going to step up. They could possibly have Bosch by that time. Probably still be a little injury rattled, but he'll still be able to play and produce as well. And the Spurs, I think, yeah, they're just going to be too much. They've been too experienced. They've been through this so many times. Greg Popovich, an amazing coach, and I feel like they're just going to lead them to the finals. And I got to say that finals is a complete toss-up. I think it depends how good the Spurs play early, because I know that fatigue is definitely going to be a factor for them. What about you think? What do you think?
Oh yeah, probably old.
All
That's
right.
pretty much it. They're pretty old.
Well, we're
But
just about.
I mean, you got Tiago Splitter setting the best picks in the NBA. You can't lie with that.
Yep, accordion. First take. You guys got to watch that stuff. All right. Well, we're just about getting to the end of this commentary. As you see, Kevin Durant, player of the game, and I feel like this is what it's going to be just like for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Kind of just skip this last couple of minutes because it's just kind of a little bit back and forth, and then we close the deal with the free throws. But as you can see, Kevin Durant gets player of the games and the stat line. And thank you for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. See ya.